Hey, everybody. I'm Matt.
I'm Deanna.
And this is Chasing Balance. All right. Welcome back. To start off, Mother's Day was last weekend.
It was.
How was it?
It was amazing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You know, I was telling you, I thought it was funny that, you are just not predictable. So like last Mother's Day, I asked you what you wanted. You were like a home-cooked, from-scratch meal, right? Where I made lava cakes from scratch. Then the meal, I can't remember what it was, steaks or something like that, from scratch. And then this year, it was like, we ate out enough. Just throw some chicken nuggets in the salad and we'll go get some ice cream. You were not predictable at all.
Well, it was a really good day. You surprised me with a spa service.
Yeah.
And I got a facial and a pedicure.
Yeah.
Where I had to endlessly apologize to the nail technician because
my feet look like Bigfoot.
Yes. I had not taken care of my feet in a very long time.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh no, this is totally fine." I'm like, You're lying.
You're being nice.
You're being kind.
You're working on your tip."
Right. But no, and it was a wonderful day. And
did you tip them?
I did.
How much did you tip them when you go there?
20%.
So you I wonder how the tips get split up since you had different services.
Oh, so they use an app.
You
You pay for the whole service, and then they use an app called like Tippy or something like that, and then they plug in how much was each of the services, and then it like rotates through each person, and then you determine how much you want to tip.
You remember that one time we got pizza? And I was like, and you were like, you're the worst tipper. You're getting better, but you were the worst tipper. And I was like, how much did you tip him? And like, oh, I just so-and-so. And I'm like, Dana, you tipped this delivery guy 97 cents. He's never going to come back, and he's going to spit in our food if he does. I was so upset with you. Like, I love this pizza place, and you give the guy 97 cents.
It wasn't intentional. I think the math just didn't math in my head. I'm like, I'll just give him the change. The change was like 97 cents.
Ridiculous. Sorry to that person.
Oh.
So today's episode is called Never Thought This Would Be a Part of My Adult Era. And it's kind of a fun play. Some of the topics or some of the statements that we're going to say are, serious, and then some of them are funny. And it's really just putting yourself in the shoes of, an 18-year-old, 20-year-old, young 20s, mid-20s, before you had kids, before you came like that true adult.
Right.
Things that you didn't think that you would have to deal with, or that you would come across, or that maybe even seem interesting to you now as an adult. And if you would have told your younger self, hey, this would happen, or hey, you'd be doing this, you'd probably be like, man,
no way.
Or what a loser.
Right. Not a part of my journey.
So we're going to go back and forth. We both wrote, a few topics down of what, we didn't think that we would have to deal with or would be a part of our adult era. And kind of see what you guys think. And obviously, feel free to comment. Let us know some things that you go through or deal with on a daily basis as an adult that you didn't think was going to be a part of your life when you were just a young teenager or
young lad.
Yeah, young 20-year-olds.
Right.
You want to start it off?
Sure. First thing I have is Mean Girls.
Like in the movie?
No, just like Mean Girls. Well, I mean, yeah, in the movie too. I thought that I was going to, like, the worst part of school was just the cattiness of girls and how they interacted with each other. And I thought for sure that once I got to be an adult out of college on my own, wouldn't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
But now that I have children and I have to deal with other parents,
other moms,
and not even like I don't really associate with a lot of the moms that I'm not really fond of.
Right.
But even trying to like stay polite and everything, they're out there still.
Yeah, I mean, and
didn't think I was going to have to deal with that shit.
Even in passing, you still hear the, you know, the rudeness, the meanness of adult.
Yes.
Adult women talking crap about other women.
Like in a little coven.
Yeah.
Stop it.
So what's funny is that mine was also on here. The first one on here was bullying. Like grown ass men, grown ass women bullying people.
Yeah.
And you know, it's outside, whether, you know, I guess it's like road rage at the grocery store or whatever it is. But also like even at work.
Yeah.
So I have this person that kind of confides in me, that talks to me about like the work atmosphere and tells me about how these people have like, you know, made fun of her or said some shit to her that she didn't like.
Yeah.
Then they go and apologize for it. And then a week later they do it again.
Yeah. And then did she give you a list of those names so that I can hunt these people down?
She did not. I'm sure I could get them. But the thing is like when they tell me that, it's like we just dealt with that shit with our 9-year-old at school.
Right.
Like when are these people going to grow up?
Never.
Right? I never thought that high school was going to last the rest of my life.
Yeah. No.
Just people talking shit behind other people's back or just bullying them.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're listening or watching this, stop fucking being a bully.
Yeah. Nobody likes it.
Nobody likes you.
Nobody.
I mean, think about it.
I said nobody likes it.
No, I said nobody likes you.
Oh, okay.
I mean, think about it. You know, you're saying that shit to somebody else about somebody else. Do you think that people around you actually trust you?
No.
Probably not.
Mm-mm.
So fuck off. Sorry. That was one of the more serious ones.
Yeah.
I'm just so sick of it, man. I dealt with bullies in high school, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, man, you just had to, and now you got to deal with it in the workplace, no matter where you go.
Yeah.
And you wonder why these other kids grow up to be bullies because they see it from their fucking parents.
Yep.
God, it gets me heated. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, on that note,
hopefully we can move on to a lighter one.
Oh, I got you.
Okay.
Okay. Having the free will to eat whatever the hell I want, but knowing that my metabolism is now shit. And I can't.
Truth? Right. Wait. You're like, you know what? I've thought about that sometimes. Like, you know what? If I wake up tomorrow, I could have a piece of chocolate cake for breakfast.
Nope.
But
Indigestion City.
Right. And then every night after dinner, it's like, why does my stomach hurt?
Yes.
Was it the cheese? Was it the meat? Was it the bread? Was it this? And you're just negating all the shit out of your diet to where you're like, I'm not happy anymore.
Yes. I recently found out that I was allergic to multiple things, one of which was chocolate.
Yeah.
And I swear I was on the phone as she was going through my test results, and I was like, what the fuck is left to live for?
Right.
I can't have chocolate?
You can't have chocolate and bread.
Yeah, chocolate, bread,
was it
eggs.
Dairy in there?
No,
dairy
eggs.
Wasn't. Okay.
There's corn. I can live without corn, even though whatever, cornbread is amazing. And then chocolate. And then she's like, oh yeah, your cholesterol is very high. No alcohol.
You need to
girl, I need you to stop talking to me.
I think you still need to get a clarification on the chocolate though. Like maybe you can have dark chocolate, but you can't have like milk chocolate or something like that. Right?
Yeah. I mean, that night that I found out, I feel like we had pizza and I was just like, fuck it. And I ate a bunch of cookies and I was like, come and get me.
Big screw you to the doctors.
Exactly.
Right? Maybe it's all fake.
So much pain.
Like
I was in a lot of pain.
When you send in the DNA test for your dogs, you're just like, you don't fucking know what my dog is. Right? Maybe it's just fake.
It's like cockapoo.
Yeah.
This is clearly a boxer.
Yeah. It's a purebred Great Dane. And they're like, you have a beagle on your hands. So another thing that I didn't think that would be a huge part of my life or my adult area is the time I spend on the toilet sending people memes. Especially you. You're sitting downstairs at your desk or something, and I'm just like, man, Deanna would love this. All right, now let me wipe my butt because my legs are falling asleep.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna be like Elvis Presley, but just
come on, you're gonna say I have a heart attack.
Oh wait, he has a heart attack.
Yeah,
never mind.
Thanks a lot.
Well, I mean,
he was pooping too hard. He was constipated from all the drugs, probably.
And then that caused the heart attack.
I think so. I mean, he died on the toilet, right?
He did die on the toilet. I know that
I'm gonna have
part.
to look this up. Where's my phone? I'm pretty sure that he died of a heart attack on the toilet. And I honestly think that it is a proven fact that people that have heart attacks is on like a Monday morning. I don't know if it's on the toilet or not, but just like the stress, just the stress from, during the day. Let me see. How did Elvis die?
We know that
everyone else is probably screaming. I was like, how did you not know? Heart failure. Okay, but did he die on the toilet? Did Elvis die on the toilet? Eating a cheeseburger. That's the first thing that came up on here. Did Elvis die on a toilet eating a cheeseburger? No, he did not die on the toilet eating. He died in the bathroom, and he was found unresponsive. So he didn't die on the toilet.
Oh my gosh. I wonder how that rumor started. If it was a rumor.
It could have been. Who knows?
But I mean, I feel like everybody knew that, though.
Said that he was found dead in his bathroom after living on a diet of cheeseburgers and cola. I mean, that sounds like an amazing diet to me. That sounds delicious.
I feel like he lived his best life. And then he was just like, come and get me.
So you just compared me to Elvis on the toilet. And
as long as you're living your best life.
Just eating cheeseburgers, sending memes. That doesn't sound too bad. That doesn't sound like a horrible way to go out.
Okay, my next one is hormone shifts.
Okay.
I never thought that. I thought that after puberty, you would be done with that.
Yeah.
But then it's like I'm inching closer to like 40 and everybody's like, oh, just wait for that adult acne to kick in. Just waiting for perimenopausal symptoms to come rolling in. Yeah.
But you don't have them yet, right?
I think, well, I know that I have hormone shifts. There is times where I just like freak out and then I'm just like, what was that?
Yeah, you don't know about the bomb shelter I made.
Underneath the space head.
Me and the kids go run and hide when we feel that shift. It's almost like the calm before the storm, like how you can feel the weather outside kind of change and the sky gets green. I'm like, guys, like now out, go.
I know.
We come back in when they give the all clear.
Oh God. No, I know that that's part of it. And, but I didn't think that I would have to deal with any of that.
I mean, you knew about menopause, right? Did they not
did
teach
we
that
really?
in school?
No, they didn't.
If we did, I didn't.
I mean, this was public school. I feel like
they would talk about that in sex ed?
Not menopause. They'd more so just talk about, hey, don't have sex. Abstinence is best. Here's condoms. And then also, they like briefly discussed your like menstrual cycle.
Yeah.
And then like boys' bits. But they didn't really go into like, oh, don't worry, ladies.
I feel like they talked about menopause because how would I know about it?
Your mom?
Excuse me? Why would she openly talk about it to me?
I don't
she
know.
wouldn't. I feel like they talked about it in sex ed, but yeah, that is ridiculous. I mean, I still get acne. I don't think I ever stopped not having acne. But I think a lot of that is from sweating.
Yeah.
And running.
Yeah.
And so my next thing would be is if you can picture back to your teens, your early 20s, if someone was going to be like, hey, you want to watch a movie? You need a subscription. You want to listen to music? You're going to need a subscription. Yeah. That's how it's going to, I mean, and soon enough, it's going to be like, what is that? The Lorax, where you're going to need a subscription to breathe, right? You're going to need to buy a subscription to fresh air or something like that. But yeah, can you imagine back in the day, like in your, you're 20 years old and they're just like, did you know in the future that if you want to listen to music, you need a subscription? Or if you want to watch a movie, you're going to need multiple subscriptions. Oh, you like watching the Detroit Lions? You're going to need a subscription, if not 3.
To everything.
Yeah, to every single thing, just because you have to watch a game on different channels and streaming services.
Yeah, just because they screw around and they put it all different places, and then those places aren't. I
mean, if someone told me that in my 20s, like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to live. There's no way I'm going to be able to afford this.
Right, no.
This is crazy.
I mean, I have Spotify. You have YouTube for music.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's $20 right there. Why? Just so that we can listen to music.
That we want to listen to.
That we want to listen to. Without commercials.
Right.
I hate it. Oh my God, I hate it.
Yep. And you can't fucking turn your phone off if you don't have so on YouTube, you can't turn your phone off, your screen off, unless you have the subscription. So like you could be like running or whatever. And if you're like, oh, well, let me lock my phone so I don't text 100 people, which I have done before.
They don't even let you
running.
do that when you have the subscription?
No, they do when you have the subscription.
Oh,
but
okay, yeah.
Before I was cheap and I didn't want to do it, I would leave my phone on.
Yep.
And then like while I was running and the phone was in my pocket or in the fanny pack, it would start texting people.
Yeah.
Because of the motion of my asticles. The way I sway when I run.
Your stride.
Yeah, my stride.
So my theme is more so like food based because that triggers my whole entire
My next
life.
one is kind of about food too. So
okay, closet eating.
Hiding from the kids to eat.
Hiding from the kids to eat.
So I have two. Yeah. Yep.
Just all of the delicious stuff that we say that they can't have, and then we end up eating in the pantry by ourselves.
Just really slowly chewing something that's crunchy so they can't hear you. Just...
Yes. And then Max will comment, "What you doing?
Yeah.
What you doing?
Why is he Asian?"
That's how he...
That's your impression of him?
No.
What are you doing?
I did not sound like
Yes,
that.
you did.
What?
I'll let you play back and edit this audio. You sound like a young Asian
Well, he
woman.
doesn't say R. His sentences aren't completely complete. What are you doing, Mom?
Yeah, that still sounds Asian. So, going off of food, I didn't think, one, if you told us that, you could get your groceries delivered to you, that would be like,
oh, yeah.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Awesome.
But I also didn't think that I would be on a first name basis with our Instacart shopper. Yeah. Like there'll be times we'll order from Myers. I'll be like, "Hey, Deanna, who'd we get? Who's our shopper?" And if it's not our shopper, I'll be like, "God fucking damn it, this order's gonna suck."
It is.
Right?
And I mean, there's two, right? That are like amazing.
Megan and
Tammy.
Tammy. Yeah. Tammy's great. She knows exactly everything that we want. Yeah. And then Megan, she saw that one of our smoothies was going to sell out.
Yeah.
Or they're going to discontinue it. So she got us more of them.
Yeah, because they were on sale and she's like, "I got you. But you need to plan ahead of time." Because they're gone.
We literally have Instacart shoppers that we know by name. And if we don't get them, then our whole week is ruined.
Yeah. Fucking Blake.
Balake. Just fucking shit up.
He did. He screwed up all of it. All of it. There was not one correct thing in that.
Now going back to the food thing again, is I also didn't know in my adult era that I was going to have to hide my own snacks from my family. Yes. It's kind of like the closet eating, but it's like these guys are they're short, right? Yeah. So everything's got to be up top, even so my wife can't reach it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, granted, we are nearly the same height. Me and the children.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So you can't.
So anything out of reach of them is out of reach for me.
Right. What do you got up next?
The degree of pain that I would be in standing from a seated position consistently.
Like your back?
Yes. All over my back, my hips.
So one thing is like you spend so much time trying to figure out your digestion issues, because I understand that digestion issues are painful, right? Yeah. It's like something you can't really fix right away, where I guess, your back or something, you could put an ice pack on or a heating pad. But I'm surprised that you haven't gone to more like, I guess, doctors or like a running fit or something like that to get like better shoes or work on your back problems.
I did like physical therapy, and I know exactly all I have to do. I just don't want to do it because it's so boring. Like stretching and yoga. Yeah.
Stretching
and
sucks.
I can't, and then like meditation and all that. I can't stop this thing.
You can't just sit there and be quiet, right?
Yeah. Exactly. And I can't
take
the time. I can't take the 20 minutes to just be like, "Oh, yes, here in the yoga." No, I can't do that anymore. That was like 20-year-old Deanna.
Yeah.
I had my center and everything was roses and butterflies. But 30-year-old Deanna knows that the world is shit, and I don't need to waste 20 minutes of my time doing yoga.
But the yoga that you used to do before in your 20s was not just like a mindful or a meditation practice. Like you did an actual flow, so you were thinking more about it and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
but no, I know what I need to do. But it's all self-induced. Whatever. Go on. Yours.
No, mine is self-induced too, right? Like I mean, there's times where I wake up from after a run and my knees are just shot for the first 2 or 3 stairs that I have to do.
Yes.
Right?
And the popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
The popcorn
your knees
sound
just
that my
crack
knees...
go up the stairs, yeah. Like I can never sneak in somebody's house or something like that.
I can never sneak up on you.
Like who's making popcorn? Right behind me. Somebody's got some bubble wrap in their knees. So one thing that I didn't know that I was going to have to deal with, it was going to be a part of my adult life, especially when I was married, that my wife would be so deeply obsessed with throw pillows. I didn't know that we would have 10 pillows on our bed and
our bed is so cozy.
8 to 10 on our couch with another reserve of 20 in our linen closet.
Yep. Well, granted, you purchased the couch that happened to come with like 10 throw pillows.
Yeah, and that would have been fine. We could have kept those, but you didn't like the design, so you're like, we're getting 10 more.
Yes.
And
valid.
I like clearing off 8 pillows every night before I go to sleep, and I like putting them on in the morning when I wake up.
Okay.
It's my stretching.
Let's be fair. I make the bed in the morning.
Yeah.
And I take the pillows off your side while I read my book at night.
What about last night?
You took my pillow.
I had to
and you threw it across the room.
Sick of these goddamn pillows.
But it was my pillow, the one that I sleep with. It wasn't a decorative one. And then you kept on trying to move it while I was trying to get it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think you were sleep deprived.
And then you were saying that I was overreacting and I was going to disturb the dog if I don't stop.
He needs to sleep.
You're an ass.
Go on to your next one.
Gardening. I never thought that I was going to be so obsessed with gardening and being like, oh, and then I can plant this. And then saving containers with all intentions to
rice containers.
Yes, to grow more seeds inside of it. And then it became an addiction.
Yeah.
And,
but that's a good addiction.
It is.
It beautifies our home and our garden and all that stuff. So yeah, I can't complain about that one. I like that. I mean, it's no throw pillows, One thing I didn't think that would be a part of my adult era, or something that I would become, dependent on, is becoming emotionally dependent on our dishwasher. Right? Like this thing sets the tone for the entire day.
It does.
Right? Like if it does not open up and the soap comes out and cleans all the dishes, like your day is ruined. Like you might as well burn down your fucking house.
Yep.
Like if that dishwasher does not work and clean the dishes that day so you can put them away.
In the morning.
Yeah, your whole week's thrown off.
Yeah.
Right? Until you can get 2 cycles in one day.
Exactly. It's like a little dictator up there.
Yeah.
No, I don't like it.
Like if we didn't have a dishwasher, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if life would even be still worth living.
I mean, I feel like we would get it together.
I don't think we would.
No. that would be the final straw.
Yeah. Be crying in the pantry, closet eating. My dishwasher.
Okay, my next one is understanding the need for hideous but yet comfortable shoes.
Hideous? I don't think you have any hideous shoes.
I don't. But I see people wearing these hideous shoes and I'm like,
are you like the clogs and stuff? Or are you like what are those? You're talking about the slippers that all the kids wear?
Oh God, no.
Oh.
The ones that older people wear that clearly it's just, orthopedic based. And I feel like there's a prescription involved in that. And somebody created
it. There's not a prescription. They need to get a prescription for their eyes.
But it's like, I see them and I'm like, wow, those are ugly. But I bet she has little pain.
And she's so comfortable.
Yeah, I bet she's so comfortable. Yeah. Her knees probably don't hurt her.
Yeah.
Her glutes are probably amazing.
She can probably get up without her back hurting.
Exactly.
She can go up the stairs without popcorn.
Yeah.
Right.
But they need to make like prettier ones for real.
I'm sure they do.
They don't.
You just probably have to pay an arm and a leg.
Yeah, probably. It's probably not my price bracket when I do my searches.
That's the thing. We'll spend so much money on groceries. We'll spend, good amount of money on other stuff. But like when it comes to shoes, it's like, and we're gonna run thousands of miles in these shoes, and we're like, $20 is fine.
That'll do.
We'll
Let's go secondhand.
Myers and get a pair of shoes or something. Now, one thing that I didn't think that I would hate something that's repetitive every single day, is having to decide what is for dinner every single night.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like...
It's not even night. We have to determine that at like 10 a.m.
Yeah, because of sports and stuff. But I mean, and the messed up thing is like, yes, we're fortunate enough to where if we want to eat out, we could go do that. And we did it last week like 3 or 4 times because our schedule was so crazy.
Yeah.
But also our bodies, like even on Mother's Day, you're like, we ate out way too much. We should just have a salad at home, which I completely understood. But it's also like, it's easier on us, but then you kind of feel like crap after you eat out, especially the second day. Even though we try to eat out stuff that's not that bad, like McDonald's. Yeah. We don't eat McDonald's or anything like that.
We normally hit up like Subway or like Jimmy John's.
Or Culver's or Chipotle or something like that. But the thing is like, even after that, like as we're eating, I also feel bad. Like, I just fed this shit to my kids 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I feel that way too.
But yeah, I hate, because, you know, when you have to figure out what's for dinner, is one, you got to look at the cooking time because you have sports coming up.
Got to look at what you have.
You got to be like, okay, well, this kid likes this kid likes this, and this kid doesn't like this. Can I make that?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you'd be like, am I in the mood for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds delicious. I don't want to fucking cook that.
A lot of the times I'll think like, okay, well, so-and-so doesn't like this, but can I make it? And will I have enough energy to deal with that fight? Yeah? Okay. Then I'm going to make it because I know the rest of the 4 like it.
Yep.
I hate that. My next one is the lack of use of the Pythagorean theorem. Like they drilled that into our head in high school.
What is that on your notes? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. There was,
and I was like, to the point where I'm like, how am I gonna what?
I don't even
going to use this all the time.
I don't even remember what that is.
Yes, you will.
What is it?
It's like
measure volume or distance?
No, for a triangle and stuff. They literally that was like probably 2 semesters, and it was like in the final, and then it was like on the ACT or the SAT, whichever one I took.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was like drilled in there almost with like the
order of operations.
Yes, order of operations, and then also like the membrane and like all the cell information and all that shit. Never had to. I mean, I've had to use order of operations. Yeah. Yes. But none of the other stuff.
The last time I've used order of operations was like when people are on Facebook just fucking getting clickbait and they're like, hey, what's the answer to this question? And then people there's like thousands of comments in there talking about how someone's stupid because they didn't use order of operations, but then there's no brackets and then there's no this and that. But yeah, that A squared plus B squared. I mean, I've told Preston this in the past. Like he's said some shit about like, why do I need to know this in math? And I said, dude, you don't, but you need it to pass the class, which is why it's absolutely bullshit. No, I haven't used.
And I imagine you need to use that if you're like an engineer or if you're an architect or something like that.
Sure, yeah.
But if you're statistically, how many of those children will actually become those things?
I don't know. It's just,
yeah, we all have to pay taxes.
We do.
Nobody taught us that.
They don't teach you how to write a check.
Right.
They don't teach you how to be
all have to do
financially stable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we all know how to figure out A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
One of the biggest things that I use on a daily basis that no one ever taught me was how to calculate gross profit margin. Right? GPM. How to see what you can do as a discount to, still be making money, what you can mark something up to make sure that you're making money off of the cost and all that stuff. And it's very easy, but no one ever taught me that. Instead, I was taught exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Yeah, just bullshit stuff that you have to learn to pass the class, but statistically, you're probably never going to use it.
No.
Because I work in benefits. You work in marketing.
Yeah. I won't do
nothing. No, there's no triangles in either of those.
Yeah. Maybe the guy that built that, what is that? The triangle in Las Vegas, the hotel.
The pyramid?
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
There's like a triangle. I feel
like that was a replica of the actual Egyptian pyramids, right?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the Egyptians used the A squared plus B squared equals C squared. What is it called? The Pythagorean
theorem.
Another thing I didn't know that I'd be doing, because obviously when you're a teenager, you're in your 20s, and even before we had kids, is like you would sleep in. I remember you and I would sleep into like 11, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
It was magical.
It was, wasn't it? And now my brain voluntarily wakes me up on the weekend at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you're insane.
Yeah.
I fight that.
But I got to tell you, I mean, I don't mind it. I like being up first thing in the morning, but it's also kind of like, well, it's the weekend. Nobody's got any games tomorrow.
Right.
I'm going to stay up late and watch this movie or this series, right? But even if you go to bed at 1 o'clock, my brain's still like, hey, 6 o'clock, Mac, let's get up.
Rising sun, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like, no matter what time I go to bed, I will be up at least latest 6:15.
Yeah, not me.
No.
I will sleep in. But what I hate is that I can't fall, like, I can't be like, okay, I'm gonna stay. Oh, I have 3 hours left in my book. I'm gonna like just binge. I'm gonna stay up for those 3 hours. 11:30 hits, and I'm like, I can't see.
Yeah.
And then I'm so freaking tired. Yes.
It's got to be because we wake up so early in the morning and we have so much stuff to do, and we're in front of computers all day.
Yeah.
Computer screens, right?
Yeah, probably. So my next one is that you can actually avoid parallel parking.
Yeah.
And that was like a huge trigger when I was like learning how to drive.
Yeah.
I could not do it for the life of me. It didn't work.
See, parallel parking was easy for me, but I see what you're saying. Like, you don't.
And then I would stress out about it while I was driving and like trying to find parking spots and stuff. And then it wasn't until like probably 5-10 years, I'm like, I've never had to do this. Yeah. I could have just avoided this altogether.
Big emphasis on that.
They did. Like, we were going to encounter it so much.
Like, we live in New York or wherever has all that. Yeah. I mean, I lived in Canton, so, we go downtown Plymouth.
Yeah.
Outside the box bar and stuff like that, I would have to parallel park. But if I didn't have to, I'd pull into the parking structure instead of doing that.
Exactly.
Right.
And I mean, if I have to park on the street, I won't parallel park, especially if there's cars that are like waiting for me or anything. Yeah. But if there's a spot where I can kind of just like move in and not have to like reverse. That's a parallel parking space? Yeah, then I'll do that.
And then you look like a gangsta.
Oh, yeah.
When it's finally full and you're like, yeah, I did this by myself.
Yeah.
Now, how do I get out?
I parked too far up. Damn it.
Now, speaking of parallel parking, one of the things I didn't think I'd have to do is drive so freaking much.
Yeah.
Right? Like driving Preston back and forth to school.
Yeah.
And then going back out to Brighton for football or going back out to Brighton for a band concert. Listen, when I was 14 or 15, in the back of my dad's van, my dad said, by the time that you get your license, cars will be driving themselves.
Lies.
I'm 40 now, and I've seen videos about these cars driving themselves, and it is not a good look.
The science is not there yet.
No, it's not there yet. So I'm a little pissed off about that.
Yeah, I accept that. I never thought that I was going to be the type of person that says old people shit like, oh, the flowers are going to really love this rain. Or, well, we got here on time, didn't we? There's a huge line of people that just appear out of nowhere behind us.
There's that, right? Then there's like, turn off the light, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you turn off your bedroom light. Right?
Don't waste your energy.
Don't let that water run. You're gonna run up our water bill, even though we don't have a water bill.
Right. You're gonna empty our well.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, all these sayings that our parents would say to us, we are now using it on our kids.
Yeah.
And we thought it was so stupid, but you know what? It makes sense.
It really does.
I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. I always shut the lights off now when I leave a room.
Yeah, because it does it for itself, because all of them have sensors on them.
They don't.
A majority of them. And there are times...
Can you imagine how annoying that would be if it was in your bedroom?
Yeah, but no, yes, I agree with that. But there are times where I'll walk into a room in our house and be like, why did the light not turn on? And then I'll get annoyed that I have to flick it on.
I mean, that's kind of like a little parenting trick for you. You can go out to Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever and buy like a $20 sensor and put it in, like your pantry if you have a walk-in pantry or your powder room or something like that, or a closet that your kids forget or even you forget to turn off a light. Man, put one of those in and just turn it off for you.
Yeah.
And then until you've dealt with it for so long that your wife forgets how to flip on a light switch.
How do my hands work?
What do I do with these? So the last one that I have on my list, of things that I didn't know that I'd be doing in my adult era is after I cut the grass and I turn on the sprinklers, that I just stand there like admire what I've done, admire the lines in the lawn, and just be like, this is my little piece. Like, this is my little piece of earth. Like, this is mine.
Yeah.
And then like you'll kind of just be there proud, and then you kind of snap out of like, oh shit, who the fuck's watching? Someone's gonna think I am fucking insane.
No, I watch you. I'm sitting there in the window watching you watch your lawn. Proud of you.
I'm looking at my grass, proud of myself, and you're just amazed by me.
Look at you. You did it.
So proud.
One more.
This is mine. This is my little piece. this Matthew of mine.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed listening to this episode. Just kind of some things that we didn't think that would be a part of our adult life, our adult era. If you have anything that we missed or you want to comment on, please let us know. We want to do kind of these funny ones here and there, not so serious topics all the time, except for, the beginning part of where we talked about a bully. And if you're a bully, stop it. We'll find you.
Stop it.
Yes, right now. Be kind. Once again, we greatly appreciate everybody listening. Our episodes come out typically every Thursday morning, and this podcast is also in a video format on YouTube. You can watch us live. And be sure to subscribe to all of our social media. Find us on there, where we post almost daily with a little bit of a short from this podcast and YouTube video. Mm-hmm. Once again, I'm Matt.
I'm Deanna.
And this is Chasing Balance.
Real life parenting, one conversation at a time.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye.